All right, first things first. Katakuri is fine. Katakuri is A-okay. It's not a big deal to take a punch from his right-hand man, Oven. I understand, folks. Oh my god, the true save in the megachurch is Caesar Clinton. No. You've lost your damn minds. Katakuri has already proven it. The main antagonist of an arc drawed the main character, Monkey Jesus, Luffy, and Katakuri, given some of the film red trailer content, looking very studly. For some reason, he's next to Shanks. I don't know why. Hey, I'm going to find out next month. That's for damn sure. Katakuri has the feats. He has the portrayal. Do not try and slander the greatness. When it comes to Caesar Clown's hallucinogenic gas, where was this in Buck Hazard? Hey, a what? That seems pretty busted to make people hallucinate, literally hallucinate with a gas on some Eisen stuff. Huh? Caesar Clown, you've been slacking. That's for damn sure. You've been slacking big time, son. That's the first thing. Second thing, Yamato, I'm not going to draw on the Strike crew because Momonosuke and company are so weak and Greenbow so powerful. Oh my god. Damage control, and pretty sloppy damage control at that. I did a video actually yesterday, like last night, talking about various things from the Road to Laugh Tale, and I discussed Yamato and why she was cut essentially. And this is like a pullback from that, but like in that video, with this chapter 1059, it's damage control and it's sloppy. It is what it is, okay? Oda did a bad job. And even though he's trying to pull it back and try to make it sound reasonable, we wasted a lot of time on Yamato's character. Like so many flashbacks, so many moments, so many statements wasted because she's not joining the crew. That is just a simple, hardcore fact. And Greenbow being powerful doesn't change that fact. It is what it is. So that's obviously Yamato. Well, however, the meat. Wow, the meat. If you're a carnivore, this chapter has plenty of chicken, pork, fish, beef to enjoy.
That's a 10.
Hey, yo. First things first. This is the SSG. Lunarian kids that are spliced in with the DNA of former Chichibukai, at least so far. So we have a Lunarian Mihawk and a Lunarian Boa, both them kids. It's very likely that Lu Boa is not actually using Boa Hancock's abilities, because Lu Boa is using lasers, actual tech-related stuff. So she has these cybernetic augmentations like other Pacifista. But then Lu Boa is a Lunarian, so Lu Boa also has, ideally, Imperial Fire, which I haven't seen them use yet, but she should have Imperial Fire. And then Lu Boa is also immortal, because, well, pseudo-immortal given the body of the Lunarians. And why does she have the eyes of Rekka from Fire Force? Or the eyes of Black Star from Soul Eater? I no idea. But there are options, obviously. Let's say, for example, because she probably doesn't have the abilities of Boa Hancock, because she has stars in her eyes, that means she has crazy tech augmentations, something of that sort. Because as far as we know, outside of the Kizaru specs for the lasers, which honest to God is just tech-related stuff, they're tech-based lasers off of Kizaru's Devil Fruit. The fact of the matter is that Vegapunk predominantly focuses on Zoan-based Devil Fruit stuff, whether it's Zoan abilities, inanimate objects, or Momonosuke's ability that's taken from Kaido's blood. So there's a good chance, for example, let's say there is a Lu Crocodile. A Lu Crocodile probably doesn't have the ability of the Sand ability. Or a Lu Moria wouldn't have the Shadow powers because they're Paramecia powers, and we've never seen Vegapunk take Paramecia abilities and use them in some weird way. So right now I'm gonna theorize. Of course, theory videos ahoy, duh, obviously, of course. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, hey, stop, whoa, hey, what am I doing?
No idea.
I'm going to say that it's some German stuff going on here, where I think that Vegapunk is trying to utilize the mad stuff. You have the Caesar Clown stuff, you have the Queen stuff, like the crazy cybernetic tech stuff, and then you have the Judge Vince Smoke stuff with the DNA lineage factor manipulation. Because it seems to be the case where in Mads, each of these scientists have their special skills. And Vegapunk, given the devil fruits into inanimate object stuff, has his own expertise. However, Judge and Queen should be superior than Vegapunk in certain tech-related things. So in this case, I think it's more so the DNA of the Lunarians mixed in with the DNA of a Shichibukai. So Lu Mihawk, Lu Boa, Lu Moria, Lu Crocodile. This DNA was spliced together. They created these test tube babies, like in the Germans' case, and then these kids had their minds altered, because we know that Vegapunk can actually do that, given Bartholomew Kuma. And Lu Mihawk has apparently Mihawk skills to a degree. How do you get those skills in the first place? Let's say it is a biological thing, based on things like genetic memory. We know that animals in the wild, they sometimes know what to do in their environment, given the genetic memory of their parents, of their parents' parents, and it kind of goes down the line. When you're a baby and you start to walk, that is like an instinctive, genetic sort of memory thing that you do naturally. So even though, let's say, Lu Boa doesn't have the ability of Boa Hancock, she may have Boa Hancock's fighting style. And Lu Mihawk might be in the same fashion, in the same way. It also could be marine-based sword skills or martial arts, like Rokushiki-based stuff that they're using, rather than, say, Mihawk's actual swordsmanship or Boa Hancock's actual fighting style. After all we see Lu Boa do is just fire off lasers. But nonetheless, because Lu Mihawk exists, we know that Zoro has to fight against Lu Mihawk at some point in the future, which probably means, oh, what? Another Lunarian? Brown skin. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What's the matter, muscle woman? Didn't you want to pit your strength against mine?
So there are options here, clearly. And SSG being these Lunarian versions of Shichibukai, and potentially more, that's a big, big deal. And when I say more, I mean like anyone that may have given their DNA, their blood samples to the world government and to Vegapunk to actually make these Lunarian versions of themselves. So for example, we know that Kaido was in Punk Hazard for a period of time. Maybe there's a Lu Kaido. But we never did see Little Oars Jr.'s corpse after Marineford. I do wonder if there could be a ancient, giant Lunarian. That would be terrifying. What if there is a Lu Whitebeard, because Whitebeard died during Marineford, and they took some of Whitebeard's blood? Maybe. Maybe there could be a Lu Ace. Ooh. 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 I'm not too sure how far Oda wants to take this. It could be just the Shichibukai, because as warlords, they had to do something to kind of like sign off on them being a warlord. Like it was mandatory. And whatever that was, allowed them to create Lunarian versions of the Shichibukai specifically. So this could mean that there is a Lu Blackbeard. No Yami Yami or Gura Gura, the Logi abilities, and beyond lasers, I have to see Vegapunk actually do some crazy things with Logias or Paramecias, but a Lu Blackbeard is still scary nonetheless. That's gonna be a dirty, grimy kid. Oh, that kid's gonna be a straight up menace. Straight up Hey Arnold stoop kid. Oh, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be brutal. The actual man himself in this chapter, Blackbeard. Blackbeard gets a bounty raise, and now he is 3,996,000,000. Also, so is Boa Hancock too. She's at 1.6 bill. So it looks like Boa Hancock is also in that same category as Crocodile, though Crocodile had that cross guild buff to his bounty. So arguably speaking, Boa Hancock's bounty is actually more genuine, because Boa Hancock is just been chilling in Amazon Lily with her soldiers and her people. So you can argue it's actually more authentic than Crocodile's. One. Two is that even still, Blackbeard has her choked out like Rengoku had that one girl choked out during the Mugen Train movie. I'm like, hey, yo! That is radical. That is wild. We are a kids, powerful, but overall, block, get out of here. We skip forward in time a bunch of times. Black hole, all this crazy stuff. May-o Rayleigh surprised me. Because Blackbeard, I'm like, wait a minute, what do you mean? Why are you shaking? Why are you sweating, Blackbeard? Why are you sweating? It's old man Rayleigh. It's not Prime Rayleigh, it's Old Man Rayleigh. So that caught me off guard. And so I assumed that he actually got stronger, but it looks like no. That was all a facade. As some folks would say, a fugazi. It wasn't real. He was so in his own mind, and he's so cautious. Even though Vasco Shot and Katarina get clapped, Blackbeard's still clean. And even though Rayleigh admits that he would lose the fight against Blackbeard, Blackbeard is just too damn cautious. But in the process, he snags Kobe. You can argue that that's, quote, good for Kobe because Kobe can link up with Aokiji, members of Sword in theory, and then they can do some shenanigan stuff. Maybe, allegedly. But come on. The Marines are not looking good. Limber, Karasu, Morley, a few good men are actually clean for fighting against 2 admirals, as far as you can tell. Yeah, it's been a few days since then, duh, but still clean. No missing limbs, no missing eyes, that kind of stuff. Not even ear gone. Then you have Shanks shaking Greenbow. No, please, please. And then we have Vice Admirals who are trash, getting one-shotted by Boa Hancock. I mean, there are good Vice Admirals, but this guy we see in the chapter, he ain't one of them, that's for damn sure. Where's Smoker at? Where's Golf? Golf! Because they need help. They need something. Where are the admirals? I am so surprised. And we haven't seen admirals go to Boy Hancock's place, go to Mihawk or Buggy's place. So is Weevil fight against Kizaru? Was that his thing? I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that Blackbeard, you have my attention. Boy Hancock, you have my attention. Lou Warlords, you have my attention. And Kobe. Aww.